So, first impressions on the Mongoose is that it does ride like a Walmart bike, and I'm gonna attribute that mostly to the rear shock. The spring shock is pretty crappy. And now onto the road manners here. Hey, on the road, the Mongoose does great. Second gear up front and 8 in the back. I'm kind of locked on the second gear because one of my ideas was to do an upgrade to a 1x11 transmission. The second gear up front is 32 tooth, so I figure that's average. The average size on the front cogs. Front gear on the 1x transmissions is normally 30 to 32 tooth. I just want to stay there and then avoid, as I've been training with this thing, avoid shifting on the front to kind of get my body used to no changing up on the front. Although I do gotta say, when I go to 3 in the front, right, it's a 3x8, so 24 speed. When you're on 3 in the front, this thing hauls ass. So there's one thing I gotta say about the SRAM equipped bikes, and that is I hate the shifters. And at first I thought, okay, well, maybe it's a training thing. You know, on the shifters, you gotta reach around the closest thumb shifter to get to the other one, instead of like on Shimano, the shifter is at your front fingers there holding the handlebar instead of just with the thumb. I just don't like it. But yeah, overall, it just feels heavy. But at least we'll be able to see quantitatively after some upgrades the difference in riding experience with a better rear shock and other components that'll lighten up the load, wheels, etc. Maybe going tubeless. So we'll see. Okay, so let's cycle through these gears here in the back so you can see how snappy they are. All right, so with one push, you go 3. All right, so I'm on 4 right now. One more crank, boom, it's on 1. So 2 and 1 right now. All right, and now the snappy downshifting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, let me take it to the house and do a final eval. Okay, the Mongoose XR-Pro. All right. Beautiful frame. Like I said, I love the frame. Those details, right? The styling, right? How the frame is carved out. I mean, it's beautiful, but it is heavy. Some things to swap out. This SR Sun Tour XCT 28. These are ridiculous, although they are springy, but there's no lockout. And you all know when you're applying pedal, you want to lock these out so that your energy goes to the wheels, not dissipating in the shocks. This rear shock, I don't even know what they're thinking, but that's got to go. Probably going to throw a D&M on there to get that done. Like I said, I'm not a fan of these controls. I don't like how you have to maneuver your thumb all the way down here. What we swapped out immediately, you saw me swap out the Rock Brothers. When we go to the new transmission, we'll be swapping out cranks as well. So these XCT Sun Tour cranks will be gone. We swapped the seat out. These are some Chinese, very comfortable padded seats. The ones that came that were WTB seats that were hard as a rock. I mean, they really hurt. So, but these things are badass. I will have links, of course, below the video for this stuff. And like I said, I swapped the handlebars. These are the Motobecane bars, the aluminum bars that came with it. I had already purchased carbon fiber bars for that. So in the interim, I just got these, I just put them on here. And I think these are $7.90. we swapped those. The other ones, naturally, I'm more of a 760 type of guy. So I have to, in order to lighten these up, because these are aluminum, I've got the carbon fiber joints waiting in the wings. So swapping out forks, bars, getting rid of that, going to a 1x on the front is definitely going to help reduce the rate with all this missing hardware. That's going to be gone, right? That's going to, all this stuff here, you know, all the way to the front shifter, that's all going to be gone. And of course the rear shock, that's going to be gone. I need a new hub now on the rear to do the 11 by gearing. So I'm going to need a larger thing for a bigger cassette. So that's going to have to be swapped out too. And so then I'll have to change the derailleur as well, because this is only this derailleur is only good for 8 gears, and adding 3 more, I need a new derailleur for that additional capacity. One of these days, a big aspiration of mine is to be able to swap out the seat post for a dropper post. You know, when you're trying to maneuver your bike and you've got to get it up and down, the seat will get in the way up on your butt. So it's got to be able to drop down to get between your legs as the bike maneuvers right below your feet there on the cranks. On the pedals there, the bike will be doing this, but if the seat is all the way up for riding on the road, it's gonna hit you in the fanny and you're not gonna be able to get your bike to do whatever you gotta do. So you gotta be able to drop it, and then with the flick of a switch, raise it back up. So yeah, dropper post. I also swapped out the stem right away. One that came with it was like 90 mil, and it was just ridiculous. It meant you had to lean that much farther over. So brought it in, this is a 60 mil stem, and much more comfortable that way. So that's it. We will go ahead and get this out to you. I'm happy, but I'm not happy because, like I said, it rides like a Walmart bike. So, but boy, it's a beautiful bike. Just the lines on it are fantastic. So I'm going to take steps to make it what it should be. All right. So, hey, if you're digging this content, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified when the next episode drops.